MAT112 Chapter 3, Section 1, Statements and Qualifiers. Identify statements and rewrite them symbolically. Logic is sometimes defined as correct thinking or correct reasoning. Everywhere you turn in modern society, someone is trying to control the way you think each and every day. The ability to think logically is crucial for all of us. Our lives are filled with advertisements, contracts, product and service warranties, political debates, news, commentary, and much, much more. People often have problems processing these things because of misinterpretations, misunderstandings, and faulty logic. To decide whether an argument makes sense, we will study the structure of the argument without thinking about the particular topic. We're going to remove the context. We will use variables, symbolic logic, to stand for certain types of statements, and special symbols to represent words like and, or, and not, and focus on the logic to draw conclusions. We will also consider negation, which is the opposite truth value of a statement, and statements using qualifiers, all, each, some. If an argument is valid, a conclusion can be logically drawn from the set of statements. This allows us to remove our emotional bias from an argument so we can analytically evaluate the logic behind it. So there are 5 types of statements. Factual statements, you have to pass the bar exam to practice law. That's a fact. Commands, get out of my face. Opinions, chocolate cake is the best. Questions, how are you? Explanations, exclamations, awesome. So the study of logic only uses factual statements. Okay. A statement is a declarative sentence that can objectively determine to be either true or false, but not both. Let me say that again. A statement is a sentence that can be objectively determined to either be true or false, but it can't be both. So it's quite specific. A negation of the statement is a corresponding statement with the opposite truth value. If the statement is true, then its negation is false. If the statement is false, then its negation is true. The statement can be classified as simple, with one idea, or compound, 2 or more simple statements joined together with a connective. There are 4 basic connectives used in logic: and, or, if then, if and only if. So let's look at these charts down here. So this little wavy symbol in our book is a negation. Okay, it is or is not. The little caret, or some people remember seeing that for an exponent or something, but that's what we're going to use for conjunction. And then the opposite is the or for disjunction. If then is a conditional. If that happens, then that will happen. So it's conditioned. And a biconditional, if and only if this other thing happens. Okay, and these are the specific symbols that we will use. Those won't change. Okay, you have to remember that and is this symbol, and it means a conjunction. So you have to have these charts handy when you're working on this entire chapter. The qualifiers, we're not working as much with those. Qualifiers kind of, are we talking about all or just some or everyone or none or at least one? That's a qualifier. So a negation of a qualifier, if all do, then some do not, would be its negation, right? All do, but some don't. That's a negation of all do if some don't. Or also stated as not all do. Another qualifier would be some do. So if some do, then you can't say, or its opposite would be, or something that wouldn't be true. If some do, then something that would be false would be none do or all do not. If you say some do not, then its opposite or its false is all do, because apparently some do not. If you say none do, then it's negation, or it's, if that's true that none do something, then it's false that some do or at least one does. If every will, every such and such will, then it's, if that's true, and then something that's not true, will some will not. If at least one does, then you can't say, if that's true, then what's false is all do. Okay, so these are charts you need to kind of keep handy for your rest of your chapter.